Now, to solve this question, a square room is covered by a number of whole rectangular slabs of sides 60 meter by 420 meter. Okay, the least possible area of the room in square meters. So the first thing we do is we're going to find the LCM of 60 and 42. Now this will give us, we can divide 2 first. We need to find the prime factors of this. So 2 divided by 60 divided by 2 is 30. This is 21. We go for 2 again. This is 15. This is 21 still. Then we go to the next number, which is 3. This is 5. And this is 7. Then we go for 5, 1, and then 7, 1. So this will give us 2 squared times 3 times 5 times 7. And the final answer for this is supposed to be 420. So this is 420 centimeter, which is the side of one square room. Now to get the area, the least possible area, this is the least length of the square. To get the least possible area, we use the formula. The area of a square is given by side times side, which is the same as 420 centimeter times 420 centimeter, and this gives us 176,400 centimeters squared. But the answer is supposed to be in square meters, so we need to divide 176,400 by 10,000 to convert to meter squared, and therefore that is the same as 17.64 meters squared. This question is to evaluate these numbers. We have, this is called we are going to apply the rules of integers. Now first of all, we deal with this part. Now a negative, this bracket stands for multiplication, and negative multiplied by negative is positive. Therefore we have 28 plus 18 divided by negative 2, which is the same as 28 plus 18 is the same as 46. If you divide by negative 2, that gives us negative 23. So this is the left hand side. If you come to the right hand side again, as you can see, there is negative 2 times negative 6. This is the same as 15 minus negative 2 times negative 6 is positive 12. Therefore this is 3. If you divide by 3, we get 1. Remember, in between these two we have a minus, so minus 23 minus 1 will be the same as minus 24, which is the final. For the third question, the first question is asking us first of all to express 10,500 in terms of its prime factors. So we are going to find for the prime factors of 10,500. The first one is 2. If you divide 10,500 by 2, we get 5250, and then divide by 2, we get 2625. Then at this point we can no longer divide by 2, so we go to the next prime number, which is 3. If you divide by 3, it will give us 875. And then at this point again we can no longer divide by 3, so we go to the next prime number, which is 5. If you divide 875 by 5, we get 175. Then we continue dividing by 5, we get 35. Then we continue dividing by 5, we get 7. And then finally 7, we divide by 7, we get 1. So this is the same as 2 squared times 13 times 5 cube times 7. So that is the answer to the first question, question A. Now when you come to question B, you're told determine the smallest positive number of p such that when we multiply p by this, we get a perfect cube. A perfect cube means that all the numbers have powers of 3. So it's only 5 which has a power of 3. The rest of them, we need, for 2, we need 1 2 to become 2 cube. So we need, the value of p will be, we need 1 2, we need to multiply 1 2 to become 2 cube. We need to multiply 2 3s to become 3 cube. So that will give us 3 cube. To get 3 cube, we need to multiply 3 squared with this 3. And then 7, we have only one 7 here. Therefore, we need 7 squared. So this is the value of p, such that when we multiply by 10,500, all of them become what? A perfect cube. All of them will have a power of 3. So what is the value of p in that case? So we have 1 2 and 49. 7 squared is 49. So 2 times 49 times 9 will give us 882. That is the value of p. The next question, a rectangular floor of a room measures 5.4 meters long and 4.2 meters wide. The room is to be covered with square tiles. Okay, then the minimum number of square tiles that can be used to cover the floor. Now, here, the first thing we need to do is to find the greatest number of square tiles that can fit into that room. The greatest number of square tiles that can fit into that room, which is the same as getting the GCD of these two numbers, 5.4 and 4.2. And therefore, what we do first is we remove the decimal point by multiplying 10 each, so that maybe after finding the GCD we can divide by 10 to reverse to the original value. So if you multiply 5.4 by 10, we get 54, and if you multiply 4.2 by 10, we get 42. So to find the GCD, we look for one number that can divide all of them. So 2 can divide all of them. We get 27 here, and here we get 21. And then 2 can no longer divide both. So I think the number 3 can divide all of them. Here we get 9, and here we get 7. So there's no any other number that can divide both of them. Therefore, the GCD of these two numbers is 6, which is the same as 2 times 3. But again, we need to reverse to the original number. Since we multiplied here, to reverse that, we divide by 10. Therefore, it is 0.6 meters. This is the side of one square tile, the greatest one square tile that can fit into that room. So, for us to get the minimum number of square tiles that can be used to cover the floor, the number of tiles, the formula is the number of tiles equals to the area of the room divided by the area of the tiles. And remember, one tile, that is the greatest, one tile is the same as the side of one tile. One square tile is the same as 0.6, and the side of the room is 5.4 by 4.2. So what we are going to do here is we take 5.4, we multiply by 4.2, and then divide 0.6 times 0.6, which is the area of one tile, the area of one tile, side times side. One side is 0.6. So one side is 0.6 times the other side, which is 0.6, because it is a square, and to get the area of a square, it is side by side. This will give us the number of tiles as the final answer as 63 tiles. For the final question, again we need to solve this part and then this part. So let's follow a negative followed by a negative. When you're solving, we need to follow BODMAS also, but in the numerator of the first part, a negative followed by negative is just positive, so we need to have 22 plus 14, which is the same as 36. And then here 6 times negative 12 is the same as 6 times negative 2 is the same as negative 12. So what is that? 6 divided by negative 12? a positive divided by a negative is negative, thus 6 divided by 12 is 3. Then this is the left hand side. Now the right hand side, we need to follow BODMAS. First of all, we square this. 4 squared is the same as 16, and then we have times negative 6 minus 12. Again, this is the same as 16 times negative 6 is the same as negative 96, and then subtract negative 12, that's the same as negative 108. That's the numerator. For the denominator, 72 divided by negative 8 is the same as negative 9, and therefore negative 9 times 3 is the same as negative 27. So what we're going to do here is we divide negative 108, which is the numerator, we divide it by negative 27, which is the denominator, and that will give us, if you divide 108 by 27, we get 4. That will be the final answer, and therefore the solution or the result of the right hand side is 4. The result of the left hand side is negative 3. So we have negative 3, and in between them we have minus, so minus 4. What's the negative 3 minus 4? That gives us negative 7.